Hey guys, welcome back. Today we will be doing the code experiment here with an existing Verilog code here that we will change through our VS Code Copilot AI integration from here, and we will run the code here with the Icarus Verilog and we will observe the output. Before going any further, let me show you the code. Here the code is a simple code of a D flip-flop. We have D, Q, clock and reset, and we have defined the input and output. Next we have the always block, which operates at the pause edge of clock, and if the reset is 0, the Q is 0. That means the reset is the absolute reset. Otherwise the Q follows D, and we end the module definition here. Next, if we scroll down, we have the test bench defined here, module test my DFF. There we have always on clock here, and then we have dumped the file on VCD, and here we are printing, right, the pattern of the changes of all the inputs and outputs. Let me scroll down a bit more. Here in this section, we are changing the D and the reset, and here we are giving the delay values, and here we are giving the binary values to the D and reset together in one go. Here we have initiated the D flip-flop that we have defined earlier in this code, on which we are running the test bench, and here the test bench ends. Today we will do two different code experiments. In the first experiment, we will add one enable signal and modify the test bench accordingly. So let us do that. For that, I'll type here, I have written add an enable signal to the DUT and modify the test bench accordingly. And here you can see that the mydff.b, that means this particular file, is under consideration. So let me hit enter, and meanwhile I'm pointing out that we are using the internet here at the background so that this Copilot can connect to its AI server. So from here, let me send this to the AI, and you can see it is working. So here it is previewing the code, and you can see enables are getting added here. So I'll allow this. Now the first part have been done, editing the enable. Now the second part is ongoing about modifying the test bench. So it has added the required changes, right, for the if else loop. Here you can see it has made the code changes here as per the enable, right? If I go here, you can see there is also enable, and the pattern changes accordingly. Now I have to manually add this to the deck, apply in editor. So you can see it has changed the code here in the editor. First, it added the enable in the definition. Then it had added in the if else condition block here. And if we scroll down, then the next section of adding it onto the test bench part. Here you can see enable is also added. And next is, if we scroll more down, you can see that enable is here also, and here you can see the enable has been added in the testing loop. So now our task is to keep the things that we want to keep. Now here we will keep it. As you can see, I'll go to the file and I'll save the file. Now in comparison to the original file which we have started our today's episode, you can see enable is here at the definition, and then the input output section, the enable is also there. Next, with the reset, here the enable is present. If we scroll down in the test module, we can see that the enable present here. Then the output printing enable is also there. And if we scroll down, you can see that the binary pattern here changed from 2 tick. There was 2-bit binary values we are giving, now 3-bit binary values. So it is 3 tick. So here you can see the test bench also changed with the enable. Here enable is added. So the code modification has been done. This code originally we have exemplified in our Verilog series. From there we have taken this example. Now, as the file is saved, I will run this with the Icarus Verilog. So you can see here I am running the Icarus Verilog and then the Verilog file. I'll hit enter. If I do ls, you can see there is a.out. If I execute this a.out, let me make this part larger, the code part smaller. Here you can see that the time, reset, clock, the enable and queue. So all these have been analyzed with time. And you can see how the AI has added the enable in the design as well as in the test bench. And then we have run the whole set of code to see the outputs. Now, as soon as we run it, if we do the ls, you can see that the VCD file is also generated, which you can open with the waveform viewer. For our today's code experiment, we are not going in that direction, but still you can go and check the outputs. So today we have taken a code of a D flip-flop along with its simple test bench. Then we have used the Copilot AI here, given the instruction to add one particular enable and also make changes accordingly in the test bench here enable. And if you remember the prompt, we have not said the name of the module, rather than we have used the DUT, that is device under test, and the Copilot recognized that is the DFF. Okay. So it modified the definition of the DUT as well as the test bench, which is we have defined to test the DUT. In both cases, the AI has done modification and we can see the changes. Only one thing we have to take care that we carefully insert the change code. We have to allow the code manually here to be present, because the AI does not automatically changes everything. It changes the code here and then it waits for your confirmation to transfer the changed code into the actual deck. This way you can use the Copilot AI to modify the Verilog design along with its test bench in a single shot. Hey guys, now welcome back again. We are in the second part of the code modification. In the first part, we have done changes to the code. Now we are back again with the original code. So we take the original code again and we will do another experiment here. So you can see this is a D flip-flop. We will convert this into a parameterized flip-flop, create a n-bit register, and we also modify the test bench accordingly. Now let me give the command here in the Copilot AI section. So you can see I have written the command here, convert the DUT to parameterized flip-flop to make it a register. The parameter for modification is width and we have its value 8. So let me send this and let me add a fewer value. So we have its value 8 as an example. So let me send this code to the Copilot AI and you can see it is processing. So here you can see it is giving the logics of changing it, right? And you can see it has added a parameter width 8 for the flexible bit width. And it has also done the changes to the test bench. Because here you can see that we have not given explicit instruction to change the test bench. It has remembered the previous instruction that we have given and it has changed accordingly in the test bench also. So here I will keep the changes, and if I scroll down, right, I can see the code has been modified very much differently here. And let me point out how. So here it has parameterized its width And here we have given an example of 8-bit. So it has changed into a parameterized register. So it has changed the description here also in the comment. Here you can see that our DQ clock reset is there, and here we have input. We have width -1, then D, and this code remains same. If we scroll down here, we'll see the changes here. Test pattern of a 8-bit register, and here we can see the D and reset have been now changed to 9-bit binary. So 9-tick-B is used, and the binary pattern is used here, and also underscore is here, so to differentiate the different sections. So here is the test vector is changed in the test vector for the DUT. Now I'll go to file and then save the file. Then I'll scroll down here, and we can see here how this particular module has been instantiated. It has not only changed the definition, but it also changed the instantiation and the test bench accordingly. Now here again I will run the Icarus Verilog. Then I'll give the file name and I'll hit enter. If I do the ls, you can see that a.out is created as an output. So I'll run a.out, execute here in the terminal, and here you can see that how this output is changing. So here you can see the change in the test pattern which has been generated through the test bench. So you can see it is now behaving like a 8-bit register, okay, and no longer a single bit D flip-flop. So it is changed to a parameterized 8-bit register, and that has been successfully done by the Copilot AI section, as it has done these changes not only to the test bench but also to the device under test. So the changes in the device under test has been made, and the test bench is modified accordingly as per the changes, all done by a single instruction here in the Copilot AI, which we have applied on our original D flip-flop definition, which is a very simple 1-bit D flip-flop, which we have demonstrated in our Verilog series, and we have modified the code taking the changes from the Copilot AI, and we have verified that in the terminal with a Verilog simulator, Icarus Verilog. So the code experiment of 2 different codes with the same simple D flip-flop, 1-bit D flip-flop, is done in today's episode. 2 different experiments. One is to insert a enable, and another is to make it a parameterized register separately on the original single code. There's no sequential modification, rather than we have taken the original code of a D flip-flop along with its test bench, and we have 2 different modification on the original code in today's episode. So that's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching up to this point, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that as in words in the comment section down below, and bye for today.